As the deadline for Windows 10 gets nearer and many people reject the idea of upgrading to Windows 11, many users are considering switching to Linux. However, they are often unsure about the applications they can install on this free and open source operating system, having been told that desktop Linux doesn't support the apps found in Windows. In this video, we will show you our top 10 apps that you may have already used in your current operating system and can also install on Linux. A side note, for this video, we have installed a fresh copy of Ubuntu 24.10 on a virtual machine. The steps would be similar if you installed it on actual hardware. Why Ubuntu? Well, many newcomers to desktop Linux start their journey in Ubuntu. So let's dive right into it. Some of our viewers in one of the previous videos were amazed that the Microsoft Edge web browser can be installed on Linux. Yes, it can. And there are multiple ways to install it if you need the proprietary application. Just like in Windows, you can search for Microsoft Edge online and grab the installation file from the official website. Since we are in Ubuntu, which is a Debian-based GNU/Linux distribution, you'll need to download the installation file intended for Debian-based operating systems. When the file is downloaded, right-click it and open it with Ubuntu's App Center. Then simply click the Install button. After the installation, find the app in the full-screen application launcher and click to start it. If you need Edge to sit in the dock on the left-hand side of the screen, right-click it and pin it to the dock. However, there are some considerations to keep in mind. If you add Edge to your Ubuntu system this way, it will add the Microsoft repository to the system. We'll show you that in the command line. Of course, you don't have to do it. This is just to show you what the browser does in the background. Here you can see that now there are 2 lines added to the list of the sources the system uses to pull the updates from. And in the case of any issues from their side, you could have issues with your updates. So, to put it simply, if you change your mind and want to uninstall it, it's not that easy to delete all the traces of Edge from your system. We have a separate video on the issue. In certain GNU/Linux distributions, you can find Edge in their respective software stores via the Flatpak software platform. To put it simply, if you install the browser this way, it's easy to remove it, should you wish to do so. Additionally, there are tiny apps like Flat Sweep that will help you remove the clutter the Flatpak-based apps might have left in your system. The next app on the list is Google's web browser Chrome, which is, as of the time of recording the video, still the #1 browser in the world. The procedure is the same. You'll pick up the installation file from the official website. Google has automatically recognized we are in Ubuntu and offered the file intended for the Debian-based distributions. The installation process is exactly the same as in the case of Edge, and the consequences of the installation as well, meaning that you get additional entries in your software sources list. However, if you prefer other browsers apart from Microsoft Edge and Google Chrome, it's easier to install them. For instance, you will find Vivaldi's installation file on the internet, but if you wish to avoid cluttering your software sources, Vivaldi has recently been added to Ubuntu's software store via their Snap platform. It means that it takes only a click to install it, and as you can see, no additional software sources were added to your system. If you wish to remove the browser, again you're only 1 click away. We found no traces left after uninstalling the Snap version of Vivaldi in our home folder. The same applies to applications like Brave, which you will take into account if you prefer a free and open source browser, or Opera, which is another popular proprietary piece of software. They are both simple to install and remove. And of course, there's no need to install Firefox because in many Linux-based operating systems it is the default web browser. Microsoft 365 is a very popular productivity suite. It includes a range of applications like Word, Excel or PowerPoint. However, it simply doesn't work with Linux. But it's not the end of the world. First, the majority of major Linux distributions offer LibreOffice by default. It's a free and open source alternative to Microsoft Office that is getting more competent day by day. And it also offers several applications that rival those from the Microsoft 365 suite. For instance, if you're a casual user who needs to write documents or create spreadsheets without overcomplicated formatting, then you'll need nothing more than LibreOffice Writer and Spreadsheets programs. Besides, it's not all. You can still use Microsoft 365 on Linux, and for free. Yes, you've heard it right. If you have a Microsoft account, you can use online versions of the Microsoft 365 apps. They're not as capable as those fully featured paid options, but they can do the basic tasks average users want them to do. If you use a Chromium-based browser like Chrome or Edge, you can install the online versions of the MS Office apps like standalone applications on Linux in case you badly need them for format compatibility. The next cross-platform app on our list is Audacity, which is a popular free and open-source audio editing program. On Linux, you can grab the application in the app image format. It means that the app will work on your system even without installing it. You just need to allow the execution of the downloaded file as a program. Double-click it and it works. And whenever you download it, Audacity comes in the latest version available. But the downside of this way of using it is that it's not installed system-wide. But there's no need to pick it up from the web. In any of the major GNU/Linux distributions, Audacity can be found in their software stores. The only issue is that in the official repositories, sometimes the available versions are a little bit outdated. However, in additional software platforms, such as FlatHub, the available version is updated regularly. Another application that you have probably used in Windows and you can use on Linux is the VLC player. It's the app that will play any video or audio file format you throw at it. And indeed, it's a piece of cake to find it. Every single Linux-based operating system that we have tried so far has VLC in its software store, no matter pulling it from the official repositories or additional software platforms. So, rest assured that you can use the Universal Media Player in your future GNU/Linux operating system. OBS Studio is the next popular program that you may have used in the proprietary operating system. OBS Studio is free and open source software. It allows users to capture, mix, and stream video content. Again, it's a cross-platform program and, of course, you can use it on Linux. You can choose to install it either via the official software repositories of your favorite Linux distribution or via additional platforms like Flatpak or Snap. It all depends on the version of OBS Studio you need for your specific use case. Another moot point when it comes to switching to Linux is Adobe's suite of apps. The applications like Photoshop are not available on Linux. Let's get that out of the way right now. Many people use Adobe Suite, but if they would like to switch to a Linux-based operating system, it's an impediment to switching to the free and open source operating system. However, when it comes to Photoshop, certain content creators have suggested that newcomers to Linux have two options at their disposal. GIMP, a free and open-source image manipulation program. While it may not have all the features of Photoshop, it's a powerful tool in its own right, especially for users who are willing to invest time in learning its workflow. Photopea, an online app that offers many of the same features as Photoshop and can be a great alternative for users who need a cloud-based solution. If you are a regular user of the Adobe Suite and you are thinking of switching to Linux, it might be a good idea to try Photopea first to make sure it meets your artistic needs. Adobe Illustrator is another widely used vector graphics editor that is not accessible in Linux. However, you'll often find on the web that there is a decent alternative to Illustrator. It's called Inkscape. Inkscape is a free and open-source vector graphics editor used for creating and editing scalable vector graphics such as logos, icons, diagrams, and web graphics. It goes without saying that you can easily install Inkscape on your Linux-based system. Find it in the software store and you're a click away from installing it. Just to make sure Inkscape is what you need, maybe you should try it first in your current operating system. However, it's good to know that you have it available in Linux. Adobe Premiere Pro is another widely used video editing program that is not accessible in Linux. Again, as with the previous two examples, you're not left in the wild if you intend to switch to Linux. Several decent alternatives are also available in the free and open-source operating system. DaVinci Resolve is a popular video editor that offers a Linux variant too. However, if you're not working on the next Hollywood blockbuster, you don't really need DaVinci Resolve. It's that powerful, and it offers a free version, although it has certain limitations compared to the paid version. But the program that we recommend for video editing on Linux is called Kdenlive. It's free and open source software, and most importantly, it's actively developed and is getting better with each new release. The majority of the videos on this channel were edited with Kdenlive. The application is in the App Center of your Linux distribution. Another decent, actively developed, multi-platform video editor is Shotcut. It's also an app that we frequently use to get our videos ready for the channel. Shotcut is also in your Linux distribution application store. Last but certainly not least, people looking to switch to Linux and need 3D creation software should look no further than Blender. The application is sometimes touted as an alternative to Adobe After Effects. But on its own, Blender is a free and open-source 3D creation suite. It supports the entirety of the 3D pipeline: modeling, rigging, animation, simulation, rendering, compositing, and motion tracking, even video editing and game creation. The people familiar with the software say that Blender's feature set covers pretty much anything an animator or filmmaker could desire, from rigging and skinning to fluid and smoke simulations. While it may not have all the same features as After Effects, Blender offers a powerful and versatile set of tools for 3D creation. In case you need it, you'll easily install Blender, since you'll definitely find it in the software store of your GNU/Linux distribution. So that's it. These are our top 10 applications that we believe professionals could look for should they decide to switch to Linux. If you think that we should have proposed other programs, please share your suggestions in the comment section. If you liked the video, please give it a like and share it with other people. Subscribe to our channel if you haven't done it already. Thanks for watching, and we'll be seeing you next time. Bye!